YouTube, I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It's the locals. Okay, there was a school shooting in Texas where a kid opened fire in the classroom and 4 students was hit. But according to the media, and I seen a post, I believe it was the New York Post, I'm not sure. So I did see where they said, okay, he was an active shooter. And according to the actual news that's coming out from locals and people that actually know this kid, the story has been twisted. And the actual story is the kid was being picked on and bullied. And that's the reason why he had a gun and he opened fire on some students. So let's dig a little bit deeper into what actually happened that led up to the shooting. According to a source, the kid was getting bullied in the neighborhood by multiple kids. He had been stripped naked. He had been pistol whipped. And he's been robbed on many occasions outside of school. So what happened was it spilled over into school, on the school grounds. The kid was still getting picked on and bullied. So what happened was the kid got a gun and took it to school. And while he was in school, the kid got jumped again in school. After he got jumped, he walked out of his classroom, was getting ready to walk out of his classroom. And then as he was getting ready to walk out, there was another group of kids ready to jump him again. And mind you, while they're beating the kid, they were screaming on blood, on blood. You know what I'm saying? While they was beating up the kid. So at this point, the kid is tired of getting beaten up. He's tired of getting abused. He's tired of getting bullied. So then he runs for the gun and he opened fire. But the real question is, who do you blame in this situation? Because according to a source, this isn't even a school in the hood. This is a school that's based in around areas where it's a golf course near. It's 200 to it's $250,000 to $500,000 homes where the school is located. So all of these kids, after doing the backstory, all of these kids, well, majority of these kids have a great upbringing. So what would make these kids act out that way? That's the real question. According to a source, this kid who did the school shooting, he was raised up in a loving home. He was an A student. His grandfather was retired. He had hard-working mother and father. So the real question is, what's going on and why? Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this, and what do you think led up to that, these kids acting the way they are and portraying a life that they don't live. And let me know what you guys think about that, because according to the source, this guy's an A student. He does well in his classes. He does amazing when it comes to test taking. All of his scores are pretty high. And he comes from a loving home. And not only that, the girl that he's dating, her father has been a policeman for a couple decades now, from my understanding. And they say they speak highly on him. They love this kid. So what's the real reason this kid is getting bullied? I know there's a few other pictures of him where he's riding around with a gun in his car, but maybe it could be because that's the type of background that he has. He has military people in his family. His grandfather, who he's been raised by, and his grandmother, who speaks highly of him, they were in the military. They were military people. So for him to have a gun, it's kind of common if you think about it, because I'm sure his grandfather, before he passed, had multiple guns. And they also say that he's been smoking weed heavily, but it's noted that he started smoking heavily after his grandfather died, which is very common. That's a very common thing, because sometimes people they don't know what to go to cope. So the best way sometimes to cope is probably to roll up, or pour a drink or something to stimulate your mind for a bit. So that's something that's common. And it's also something that's very common for a teen to do, is smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? It's very common, let's be honest. So my question is, like, due to in one of my other videos, I was just speaking on how the gang culture is so heavily promoted now when it comes to hip hop, to the point now is it's no longer like I'm from the South, or I'm from the East, the North, or whatever the case may be. It's either I'm a Crip, Blood, GD, you know what I'm saying, Vice Lord, the Black Disciple. It's like I'm gang banging heavily now, and it's pouring down onto all of the youth, if you ask me. Let's not get it twisted. You know, I love hip hop. I love everything about hip hop. I am hip hop. But it's just like I'm starting to feel like music that's constantly talking about sexual assault, murder, killing, gang banging, all that type of stuff like that. It needs to be kind of pushed back a little bit now, instead of being so heavily promoted. I think we need to start speaking out on that, if you ask me. Comment below and let me know what you think about that. I think we just really need a mental break from, just due to the fact of like how everything is just going for us on a regular day to day as just being black. I think we need a break from that type of mindset. Like, R&B music is dead now. There's no real love songs out no more. Even if you hear a love song, it's somehow mixed with somebody killing or trapping. And even when it comes to just hip hop period, I think we need to just come through and just wash up just music as a whole when it comes to black people, just for a while, just to kind of just change the mindset. Like, where is the love? See what I'm saying? Where is the music that can, when you wake up in the morning, it could just motivate you without talking about killing somebody or without gang banging, you know what I'm saying? And heavily overpopulating the prison. Where is that type of music at? Like I said, man, we need love. There's no more love. And the sad part about it is a lot of these kids that are being brought up don't have real love in their homes. So they're running out into the streets where it seems like they're being loved, and they're joining gangs that they think they love them, which is put them in a situation where they're either dead or in a cell. Yeah, but you know, like I say, man, we just need a spiritual shift when it comes to the whole black culture. It's a lot of trauma going on. It's a lot of hurt going on. It's a lot of pain and suffering going on. And we need a mental shift when it comes to the black culture. So just comment below, like and share, and let me know what you guys think about that. It's the locals.